My new intern was trouble. The kind I couldn't resist. The first thing I noticed about him wasn't his smile, it was the way he looked at me. Confident, curious, and maybe just a little too bold for someone meeting his new boss on his first day. "Good morning, Ms. Reed," he said, stepping into my office, his voice smooth and deep. "I'm Ethan. The new intern." Ethan. Even his name had a rhythm to it. I nodded, pretending to stay professional. "Welcome to Harper & Reed Media. We take deadlines seriously and emotions lightly." He smirked, as if testing the edge of my words. Good thing I'm good with both. That was the moment I realized he was going to be trouble. The following weeks were complicated. Ethan was sharp, creative, and dangerously charismatic. Every time he walked into a meeting, heads turned, and not just mine. He'd send me drafts late at night, articles, campaign ideas, and sometimes just notes that ended with "tell me what you think." He called me ma'am during office hours, but Harper when we worked late. And those evenings, those were dangerous. The kind where coffee went cold, laughter lingered too long, and every unspoken thought filled the air between us. It was nearly midnight when I realized we were the last two left in the office. The city outside glowed with rain-drenched reflections, and inside, the silence was almost intimate. I caught him staring at me as I leaned over the conference table, reviewing edits. "What?" I asked. He didn't look away. "You don't realize how intense you are when you work." I laughed softly, trying to break the tension. "That's part of the job." He stood, walked closer. "And what part of the job makes my heart race like this?" I should have stopped him. I should have said something professional, something smart. But I didn't. Because in that moment, I wasn't the boss. I was just a woman, drawn in by the one man I couldn't have. His hand brushed mine as he handed me the last file. The spark was immediate. Neither of us spoke. The air grew heavier with every second. He leaned in, slowly, testing the space between us. "Ethan," I whispered, my voice caught between warning and want. He stopped just inches from me. His breath was warm against my skin. "Say stop," he murmured. But I couldn't. Just then, my phone buzzed, a reminder of reality. I stepped back, heart pounding, cheeks burning. He smiled faintly, half amused, half regretful. "Guess the deadline saved us both," he said softly. But we both knew it hadn't. It had only delayed what was coming. The next week, things changed. Whispers followed us in the hallway. My assistant stopped making eye contact. People noticed how he lingered too close, how his name came up in my sentences more than it should. And then came the message. A single email from HR, "Let's discuss your intern's performance." Performance. I almost laughed. They had no idea. That night, I called Ethan into my office. "Do you realize what people are saying?" He shrugged. "That I'm learning fast?" "Ethan, this could cost us both everything." He met my eyes. "Maybe it's worth it." The tension broke one night when the power went out. Just the two of us, the faint glow of city lights spilling through the blinds. He was sitting across my desk, but his gaze made it feel like there was no distance at all. "You keep fighting this," he said quietly. "But I see the way you look at me." I wanted to deny it. To remind him of the rules. But instead, I whispered, "You don't make it easy." He stood, walked around the desk, and before I could think, he took my hand. "I'll leave if you want," he said. "But tell me you don't feel it too." I couldn't. I didn't. Because everything inside me screamed that I did. The first touch wasn't planned. It wasn't even supposed to happen. But when he leaned closer, and I didn't move away, it felt inevitable. His lips brushed mine once, soft, unsure. Then again, deeper. And suddenly, all the lines I'd drawn disappeared. For that brief, reckless moment, the world outside didn't exist. It was just two souls, caught between right and wrong, desire and duty. When we finally pulled away, I was breathless. He looked at me, searching for regret, but found only truth. "This changes everything," I said softly. "I know," he whispered. "But I don't care." The next day, I couldn't focus. Every sound, every memory of that night haunted me. He was careful, professional, polite, but our eyes met more often than they should. And then, he was gone. A transfer notice. A single line on my desk, "Internship ended early. Effective immediately." No explanation. No goodbye. The silence that followed was heavier than any rumor. I tried to forget him. I buried myself in work, new projects, new deadlines. But every time I walked past the corner desk he used to sit at, something in me ached. Then one evening, I got an email. "Ms. Reed, or should I say, Harper, I just signed my first full-time contract. You taught me everything. Thank you." No signature. Just initials, EJ. I smiled through the tears. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to last forever to change you. A year later, Harper and Reed Media hosted a charity gala. And there he was. Taller. More confident. The same smile, the same spark. "Ethan," I whispered. He grinned. "Missed me?" I wanted to say no. But the truth slipped out. Every day. He took my hand, this time in public, and whispered, "Maybe it's time we stop pretending." And just like that, the line we crossed once in secret became the start of something real. Love doesn't always wait for the right time. And sometimes, the most dangerous connections are the ones that awaken your truest self. She was his boss. He was her temptation. And together, they became each other's unforgettable story.